To be empathetic is the ability to share and understand the feelings of others. Empathy is a key to becoming the best version of you because when you can relate to and understand the feelings of others, you are able to communicate more effectively, as well as better circumnavigate interpersonal issues in life. This is why knowing how to be more empathetic is such an important factor on the journey of you becoming your best you. Hi, I'm HC. For weekly videos on self-knowledge, self-discovery, and self-understanding, like this video and hit the subscribe button. Here are 4 steps on how to be more empathetic. Step 1. Offer the benefit of the doubt. To give someone the benefit of the doubt is to consider that they may not necessarily see things the way you see things. We often make the mistake of believing that just because we like someone, they should think like us, or will respond to things how we believe that we would respond or should respond to things. However, it is important to accept that everyone is their own person, and not everyone sees things the way you do. By offering the benefit of the doubt, you are giving yourself the opportunity to think and assess the situation differently. Many things lie nuanced in a gray area, even though our instinctual reactions may want to lean towards a reality that is black and white. For example, let's say you have a friend named A that is known for their love of chocolate bars, and one day, while you and a few friends were at your place, one of your chocolate bars goes missing. Because you know A loves chocolate bars, you immediately accuse him of stealing and eating your chocolate bar, even though he vehemently denies it, only to later remember that your chocolate bar never went missing in the first place. You actually ate it yesterday. In this scenario, although it is true that A does love chocolate, and it was likely and probable that he may have eaten your chocolate, it was not the case. Giving the benefit of the doubt is understanding that even when we think we know, there's still a possibility that we may be completely wrong. Step 2. Listen. Open your mind. In this context, to listen is to open your mind to a different perspective than your own. This means that even if you believe that you are sure, consider that there may be another way of seeing things. Also, it is to consider that although you may be firm in your thoughts and beliefs, many things can be true at one time. For example, let's say you are in ancient times and 3 travelers traveling from their respective regions, east, west, and south, were on their way to see a great and famous elephant that stood atop of a very tall cliff in the north. They traveled because they wanted to bring back stories about witnessing the great elephant in the north. When they all arrived at the site, they all witnessed the elephant fall from the cliff. However, they all seen the same event from 3 different angles and with 3 different perspectives. The first traveler from the east was sure that the elephant fell asleep at the cliff and tumbled off the cliff in its tiredness, and he went to tell all of his people about this truth. The second traveler from the west was sure that he saw the elephant lose his balance and fall off of the cliff, and went to tell all of his people of this truth. And the third traveler from the south was sure that he saw the elephant jump off the cliff, and went to tell all of his people of this truth. The nations all received a different version of the very same truth, and unfortunately ended up at war with each other over which nation was actually telling the real version of the truth. However, in this scenario, who was wrong? Were any of the travelers necessarily lying or being dishonest about what they saw? To open your mind and to listen is to appreciate that even when your truth is true, there could be other truths that are just as valid. Instead of fighting over what is right and what is wrong, appreciate how you can continue to build when all is said and done. Step 3. Disarm yourself. Avoid assuming. In this context, to disarm yourself is to avoid feelings of contempt and adversary. We often lack empathy because we feel that the person in question has ill intentions. We therefore attempt to defend ourselves to avoid disappointment. However, in most cases, it is important to accept that you are not at war, and the only fight that you are having is the one in your mind with yourself. In these scenarios, the ego acts like a shield and wants to protect us from any unpleasant feelings. However, think of this like coming to a peaceful and friendly gathering, wearing full body armor and equipped with weapons. Although you may not want any problems, your demeanor, your presentation, and maybe your attitude are inviting those problems into your life, independent of anyone else's thoughts or feelings. To disarm yourself is to open your heart to the plight of a fellow human being and give yourself the chance to see a truth that you could not see unless you let your guard down. Always remember, things are not always what they seem. Step 4. Be patient. Trust your judgment. Always remember, not because you understand things in a certain way that others necessarily do as well. To be patient in this context is to give yourself the opportunity to have all of the information before you jump to a conclusion. It is to consider that there may be a myriad of factors that you are not aware of, and even more factors that you are unaware of. Patience is a key to being empathetic because it is appreciating that although things may not happen when and how you expect them to, things will always work out as they should. Being patient with others is trusting your judgment because it is the confidence to allow a situation to develop, and knowing that when something ceases to make sense to you, you will know to walk away from it. It is therefore the act of trusting that when the time comes to act, you will know what to do and how to do. So that's it, Howl family. Those are the 4 steps on how to be empathetic and move forward today. Thank you for watching this video until the end. You are appreciated. Like and share this video, and consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. I'll see you here next time on Howl Consultations, the how-to being true to you.